good morning everyone. Thank you for being here today in person and on Facebook Live. Louder? Is it on? Hello. Oh, better. Hello again, good morning. Thank you for being here today. As Koji Sensei introduced me, I'm Edna from the Konko Mission no Waiho. I'm an associate minister. Before we begin, I would like all of us to read the Konko Faith Art Creed on page 73 of your prayer book. Let's read this together. The Konko Faith Art Creed. We believe in Tenshi Kane no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder, Konko Daijin, embraced Kami's revelations and as divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami, Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts, hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Hello again. Thank you for being here in honor for the autumn memorial service to honor and appreciate and remember our ancestors, family, friends, and sensei who have served in the faith. The blessings of today's service didn't just begin when we walked into the church. It began really at the moment we decided, oh, I'm going to attend today's service. So with that initial thought of wanting to attend today's service and be here, that's when your beginnings for today's service actually started. Now, Founder Konko Daijin stated in teaching, those who practice faith conscientiously should not mock the dreams they have at night. Kami teaches good and bad even through your dreams. Kondo Fujimori, 58-2. I actually learn a lot from my dreams. Every time I have vivid dreams, I make a log. I log it into my cell phone or into my logbook, dream log. I look back at a dream log just recently, and one in particular stands out a lot, so I want to share that with you. It was a really vivid dream. When I see dreams, they're in full color, high definition. And I saw this dream 2 years ago on August 22nd, 2022. August 22nd, 2022. So in my dream, I see an elderly man, sensei. He's wearing a kokui. Kokui is exactly what I'm wearing right now. He was wearing his haori, a black kimono, and his hakama skirt. He was around late 80s, close to 90s, and I do not recognize who he was. But he had the warmest smile. He was facing me, and he said, "Yo mairi deshita," in a hoarse voice, which means it is truly great that you have come. In my dream, I didn't know who the sensei was. So I asked in my dream, I remember, I said, who's the sensei again? And I hear a voice telling me, it says, Tsurashima Taro sensei. And I was like, I don't know that name either. I don't know the sensei. I don't know his name. But it was so loud and clear that as soon as I woke up, I wrote it down so I don't forget. And I had work that day, so I woke up really early. Like 5 o'clock a.m. I woke up. And about 5:30, I called my dad. And he was, of course, already up with his prayer, right? I was dying to know who this Tsurashima Taro sensei was. So I said, Oto-san, do you know Tsurashima Taro sensei? Does that name ring a bell? And he said, oh, yes, that's the founding minister of the Konko Church of Kawanoishi. He was the reason the Yama family started to practice the Konko faith. Whoa. In fact, we just visited his grave last week, he said. And I was like, no way. So I was like, wait, what? I thought the founding minister of the Kawanoishi Church was Kosaka Hidejiro sensei. Because I always hear that name in Kyowa, in his speeches. So he said, no, Tsuda sensei was a sensei who inspired my great-grandpa, Tosuke Yano, into the Konko faith. And it was to Japan with my parents 2 years ago in August to celebrate the 10th year memorial of my grandpa, Masakata, who is my mom's dad, so my grandpa. And during that trip, we visited several places. And every place we visited, we went to a grave as well. So it was like a grave pilgrimage. And you wonder, how did I get it? Because I'm an American citizen. So in fact, I had to ask my auntie, who lives in Shikoku, to send me the family registry called the Koseki Token. I had it express mailed to me. And I had to go to the embassy and show proof that I am a child of Japanese nationals. And then I got this special sticker placed on my passport, and that's how I was able to go to Japan. I was very, very fortunate. The airport when we landed, Narita, was so empty. And the trains were empty. There weren't many people walking in Japan. It was like the best time to visit Japan. Tokyo was like amazingly empty. And you might wonder why we go through such trouble, such inconvenience to attend a memorial service for Grandpa. You might think it's just a memorial service. And it's been 10 years. Not to mention, it's deathly hot in August in Japan. Okay? Very hot. But this is the reason for my being. This is why I'm here today. How else are we going to convey our sincerity to these people that are connected with our existence? How? There are different levels of sincerity. Okay? Number one, zero sincerity. You totally forget about them. Once they die, you forget about them. Two, you can remember them, but not really do anything. You're like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. But I don't care. I'm just going to watch TV. Or you can remember them and honor them by action, by visiting their graves, coming to the church to offer flowers, prayers, offering prayers and food at their house altar, talking about them in good ways, not gossiping about them, because they can hear you, and attending memorial services like we are here today. You know, when we went to the Kawanoishi church, there are many fancy kanji characters on that tomb that we were at. And I'm ashamed to tell you that I didn't take that effort to read what was on the kanji characters because I just figured it was Kosaka Hidejiro sensei's grave that we were at. And also it was weathered, so I couldn't really read it either. But I did take pictures. And when we visited the grave, we swept the area of leaves, we polished the tombstone, we offered prayers and flowers, and we left. And I did this all not realizing I was in front of Tsudashima Sensei's grave the whole time. That's crazy. I just had no idea that was his grave. And then he came out in my dreams to clear up this misunderstanding. Then I get chicken skin because, I took many pictures, and I even took pictures of that grave. And I was like, wait, hold up, I gotta look back at this grave picture I took. And indeed, it says Tsuda Shimataro on the tombstone, It was mind-blowing, completely mind-blowing. His Mitama spirit was happy. And this dream was enough proof to convince me that Mitama spirits are out there and they are happy of our visits. They're always watching over us, protecting us and guiding us. For me, the Mitama spirits, they communicate mainly through my dreams. I've had a few encounters, I've seen some strange things, but for some it may be through paranormal activity. Some people, they can see the spirits. Né? Someone I know just recently told me that his mother's house is haunted. Two of his family members passed away in the same year. He explained to me that he hears pounding sounds on the walls from outside. He hears someone walking in the hallways very loudly. And he actually hears his name being called. Quiet, hearing. Some of his other family members also experience the same phenomenon. And even the home healthcare aide that's taking care of his mother heard strange sounds and hears a man's voice right by the ear calling her name. So there's no doubt that there's some spirit or spirits in that house. This person said to his daughter, "Hey, the next time that ghost bother you, tell them to go away." No, but it keeps happening, he says. He was wondering why. And he also said he's been getting rid of all the junk left behind by his dad and his brother. Old black and white pictures of people he never knew. He tossed, threw it away. He said, "My parents never told me who these people were in these pictures. So they don't mean anything to me. These people don't mean anything to me. So I just throw them away," he said. I asked the guy, "Okay, so before you got rid of their things, their junk, did you ask permission? Did you apologize to them before you did so?" And he said, "For what? They're dead." And I said, "Yeah, they may be physically gone, but your spirit is still here. Dying is just a separation from your body and spirit. Body and spirit. They may still have attachments to their things. But we need to be mindful and understanding of their belongings and their memories. When people throw away your things without telling you, wouldn't you be upset? Right? I'll be mad. We need to treat the people who passed away and their things with respect. Death is not the end. They need someone to recognize their existence as Mitama Spirits. One of the greatest fears of dying is, you know what it is? It's being forgotten. Being forgotten. When no one alive is there to call your names out loud anymore, when you no longer even come up as a thought in people's days, that's when we extinguish that last flame as a Mitama Spirit. So as long as we remember them, so as long as we come to these memorial services and honor them, we keep their flame burning. So all of you here today, you're keeping their flame burning. I'm sure they're really, really happy. Are there any people out over here who have seen or encountered Mitama Spirits through dreams or actual sightings? You know, now you're really interested. Yeah, you got to talk to me later. You know, I know it's real. I work in a hospital. Now, why else would 8 different patients in different years now tell me that there are 2 little kids on our hospital unit playing hide and seek? You know, you wouldn't believe it's just one patient, but 8 separate patients. So you know it's real. You ask any nurse who works in the hospital for several years, they will more than likely tell you that certain rooms in the hospital are haunted, or that there's a unit ghost. It may be an old man, it may be a little child, but there's a unit ghost. You know, spirits don't come out just to scare us. You know. They come out because they have a message. They want to tell you something. So instead of saying, "Go away," or calling a priest to chase away the spirit, just kindly ask them what they wish to tell you, and you will receive their answers. In Kongoku House Blessings, we do not tell the spirits to go away. We do not chant prayers so the spirits get locked up in the realms of hell. We never do that kind of thing. That's mean. We instead ask permission from Kami-sama and the spirits that this family will be allowed to live in this house and be protected instead. We pray that any spirits that are not at rest that are bothering the people that are in there, be saved through the blessings of Kami-sama, and instead become the guardian spirits of that home. Makes absolute sense, right? Spirits are not scared of garlic bulbs, smudge sticks, holy water, sacred salt, sacred rope hangings. These spirits are not scared of these things. They don't care. They want that respect, like everybody else, even if they're alive or dead, right? They want that respect. So why are we here today? Why am I telling you all this? It's because the founder Konkodaji makes it loud and clear to us through his teaching. Place fertilizer at the roots of a tree, then its branches will grow lush. Respect your ancestors and parents, then you will prosper. Gorikai 2, Takahashi Tomi. Honoring your ancestors equal placing fertilizer at the roots of the tree. Your efforts to remember them make them happy, and you too can become happy. I was having a conversation with a person from Japan. She was around my age, and she says that people are getting rid of their butsudan or their house altars in troves, she said. This new generation of people are just not having it to maintaining those butsudan or their house altars. So mendokusai, so cumbersome. It's become so humbug. She tells me memories of her grandma, who used to wake up early in the morning, cook rice, the goshinpan, the first rice of that day, and offer it to the altar and to the ancestors and say thank you for the peace that we are able to enjoy, the blessings we are able to enjoy. But this practice is no longer continued by these younger generation people. So more and more people are losing their faith and asking and taking the easy way out, the less mendokusai way, yeah? Anything inconvenient, anything boring, anything tiring, anything that's just like, is eliminated. But there is virtue in doing inconvenient things. There is spiritual reward. Like climbing Diamond Head, right? Beautiful view. Who climbed up recently? Anybody? I have it. It's kind of tiring. Maybe I should, yeah. Why don't they just make an escalator then? No, right? It doesn't make sense. It's pointless. The view from the top of the mountain is beautiful and worthwhile because you worked your way up. All that sweat, the hot sun. Yet, people may dump their belief in Kami or God. Yet when crisis happens, even the most religious people, even the most non-religious people turn to God and beg to be saved. Like when there's airplane trouble, 40,000 feet in the air, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You see all these people praying and saying, help me, God! If there is one, if there is one. Now, why only in these crisis situations do we automatically put our hands together to pray that some invisible entity will hear you to save your life? How come? And why do you believe so sincerely that your life should be saved? Why are you so important? How come you need to be saved during these crucial times? It's because Kami-sama has equipped each and every one of us to be that way. We've been equipped. And it's to cherish our precious gift of life that was passed down from our ancestors. That during these crucial times, even our ancestors will literally jump up from our DNA and shout, live! We are all spirits living the human experience. That's what we are. We are the culmination of the tens and thousands of the people that came before us. Your life is very special. Every one of you, take good care of it. You take good care of it. You're taking good care of your ancestors. And of course, enjoy your life while you can. Life isn't too long. Use all your senses to maximize that living experience. live with gratitude, and die happy. When we die, we can no longer taste chocolate. Okay, we can no longer taste chocolate because we don't have taste buds when we're done. But you'll have that pleasant experience of having tasted, right? Everything, for everything. Memorial services are not only held for the healing of our grieving hearts, but for the Mitama Spirits as well. We can elevate their virtue even long after they have passed away. And even people who have been forgotten for many, many years, hey, you can revive them again. You can reignite their flame by remembering them again. We pray for the happiness, their happiness in their spiritual world. And in their spiritual world, they're praying for our happiness. The Mitama Spirit and the visible human world are intertwined. They're intertwined. There was a YouTube of a Buddhist monk of a temple in Japan, and he mentioned that many of the younger generation no longer observe regular memorial services because mintokusai, right? Hanban. They would rather do a one-time done service. But the monk mentioned that through the decades, he has clearly seen the differences between families who continue to honor their ancestors and those who no longer do so. Clearly, he said. He said that families that do honor their ancestors have been stable throughout the generations. Even when hardships occur, they are able to overcome them. And overall, they are quite happy. Yet, the families who stopped honoring their ancestors, they started out big, wealthy, prosperous. But one thing led to another, and their family situations became difficult. And their once thriving lives began to crumble one by one. Even we as Konko ministers have witnessed the same. I believe that you can feel that within your own lives and wonder, oh, life is good. I wonder why I'm so happy. Why am I so blessed? It's like, duh! Because you're feeding the roots of your existence. It's only natural that you can receive blessings if you don't forget. As we conclude today's autumn memorial service, I encourage each of us to reflect on the deep connections that we have with our ancestors, family, friends, and mentors who continue to protect and guide us as Mitama Spirits. The dream I shared today reminded me that even when we may not fully realize it, the spirits of our loved ones are always near, watching over us and acknowledging our efforts to remember and honor them. Just as Tsuda Shimachara Sensei came to me in my dreams to express his joy at our presence, we must remember that our acts of reverence keep their flame alive. As Konko Daijin teaches, respecting our ancestors allows us to prosper. May we continue to show our sincerity and gratitude not just through our prayers, but also through our actions and choices we make every day. Thank you all for joining in this special service, for your prayers, and for remembering the spirits who have shaped who we are today. May we leave here with a renewed sense of connection and commitment to keeping their memories alive. Yomairi deshita. It is truly great that you have come.